for the most performed standard song from a feature film for the 10-year period from 1979 to 89. And it won an ASCAP award for being the most performed standard song of any standard song there is from 1979 to 89.
Really? That's really interesting. I have to tell you really fast. The first time I ever heard of this song, I think I was in 8th or 9th grade, and I was in the band, and I was playing clarinet. And we had a list of all the songs we were supposed to play for the Christmas program, and it had them in abbreviated form, like, Silent Night would be like Silent, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas would be 'Twas the Night, or something like that. And then it had Have Yourself. And I went, have yourself what? And then we started playing. I thought, this is a really lovely little tune. Then I found out that the real title was Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And then I think we sang it in choir later. But I didn't really grow up with it, but this song has been around forever. What year did you write it, in 1944?
Yes, 1944.
Yeah. And it's so often performed, and people love it. Kenny G, it's on his...
Right, I think Kenny G was it just came out, they said the most popular Christmas song, and Kenny G's version was number 6 of all the Christmas songs.
Well, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Kenny G's Christmas CD is fabulous, and he just milks that song. It's just beautiful the way he does it.
Did they want to show that picture of Hugh from the CD?
Yeah, did we show the picture
of
Hugh with the CD? I think we've got that back there somewhere. Can you show that picture of Hugh with the CD?
Hugh Martin did a CD with Michael Feinstein.
Right.
And Michael Feinstein did the songs of Hugh Martin, and they put in there Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, Love, Boy Next Door. And Love is another song that... can you do a little few bars of that?
I don't know.
Love is an evil doer, love make me a fall, love will make you feel like you were a dog.
I need to learn this, Jeff. I don't know, I have this huge repertoire of songs, that's one I don't have, so I've got to learn that.
It can be fine and free, but at times it's not so easy to find, and it's sort of like Love Lost. It's a beautiful song. Lena Horne did it in the movie Ziegfeld Follies, but Judy also did a nice recording of it.
Well, Hugh Martin is a fabulous lyricist. I mean, I love the way he does lyrics because there are a lot of them, and they fit in rhythmically so beautifully.
He's a lyricist, a composer, a vocal arranger. Now, that is very important that people don't know that he was a vocal arranger for the greatest lyricists in the country, and greatest composer in the country. And what that is really, it's like a costume designer for a movie, because you might have a song, but it's plain. But to make it work in a movie or a stage show, which he did a lot of Broadway shows of his musicals, including Best Foot Forward, was the Broadway show, and that's actually Liza Minnelli did that as her first off-Broadway show and started her career in show business with that. So he did some vocal arrangements that the critics say today are the very best, like the one from Richard Rodgers' show. It's called The Boys of Syracuse from 1938, and they say those arrangements have never been surpassed.
Well, that's a pretty good compliment, because arranging is a really, like you said, it's like putting the icing on the cake, making it really, really pretty instead of just, like plain iambic pentameter. You embellish it, you lengthen it here and there, you sustain an ending, you add a little pretty bridge, and
it's a true art. And I'll just really quick tell you that he did vocal arrangements for the music, but this is by the time he's 26 years old, and he's only 26. So lyrics of Arthur Schwartz, Jimmy McHugh, Johnny Mercer, Howard Allen, Richard Rodgers, Lawrence Hart, Irving Berlin, Cole Porter, and Jerome Kern.
All right. Now, we could do a whole show on those guys, too, couldn't we?
Yes.
One of these days. Yeah, and Harold Arlen is the one that did Over the Rainbow, right?
Howard Arlen did Over the Rainbow, yes.
All right. Okay. Now, let's talk a little, in a few minutes here, we're going to hear, we're going to see Hugh Martin. We're really lucky because most of the people that have been my guests have talked about these icons from a distance. They've read about them, they've learned about them through the internet or through music books or through study or just through their CDs or whatever. But Jeff knows this man personally, And we're going to see a clip pretty soon of Jeff in Hugh's home, and Hugh is performing on the piano, and a friend of Jeff's is singing "The Boy Next Door," right?
Right. Natalie Chartery.
Okay, tell us real quickly how you met Hugh Martin, real quickly.
Hugh
and then
Martin,
we're
I
go
met
to
about
clip.
25 years ago. I met him I had almost died of thyroid disease, and my father wanted to do something nice for me because I had survived this terrible illness. And so they rented the old theater in the La Paloma Theater in Encinitas. And I had no idea Hugh Martin was there. I had nothing. But his friend Dell, who was a singer on Broadway, came by and said, I was showing him The Girl Summertime. And
My favorite Judy movie,
yes,
and yours too, right?
Right.
It's a great movie.
And so he came down and said, Hugh Martin would like to come and do a show for you at the theater on their stage if you would to have Meet Me in St. Louis as one of the movies you were showing, which it had not been at that time. So we went and we rented Meet Me in St. Louis, and Hugh Martin actually came and played the piano, Dell sang, and they did 2 shows for us at the theater.
So that's how you met him.
And that's how I met him, and
then
we
you
just
made
stayed
friends?
and we've talked on the phone, and our friendship has grown. And he's just so nice and supportive, and we have a rapport that has grown over the years. Of course, Judy Garland, he worked with Judy Garland, so he was the vocal arranger, worked for Roger Edens at MGM during the glory days of the great musicals of the 40s. So that's really where and he at the time went and became the arranger, did the arrangements on Broadway for Sugar Babies. At the time I met him for Mickey Rooney and Ann Miller.
And Ann Miller and Mickey Rooney did the Sugar Babies back in, what year was that? That was in the 80s?
1979.
79.
Yes.
Okay, and he was arranging for that?
And he was
That is great. So he's done so much that so many people have no clue about. The Boy Next Door. We ready to play that clip?
Yeah, let's play that out. This is
this is Jeff and his
my
friend
great
Natalie.
friend Natalie, and she had never been a singer before, and so he's just working with her. You see, he helps her find the arrangements. What a great vocal coach he is.
Okay, are my great engineers back there with the clip?
Go ahead.
The moment I saw you smile,
Go ahead.
I knew he was just my style. My only regret is we've never met, though I dream of him all the while. But he doesn't know I exist, no matter how I make mistakes. So it's clear to see there's no hope for me. Though I live at 5135 Kensington Avenue, and he lives at 5133. How can I ignore the boy next door? I love him more than I can say. Doesn't even please me, doesn't try to tease me, and he never sees me glance his way. And though I'm heartsore, the boy next door, affection for me won't display. I just adore him, so I can't ignore him. The boy next
Was that really cool? He seems like such a sweet guy. It's really impossible for me to think of Hugh Martin without thinking of Judy.